Hello everyone, now welcome back to the new 6 Days of Christmas, and we're going to review Edward Scissorhands. And now you are wondering, Edward Scissorhands is not a Christmas film? You are lying. There's a Christmas scene in it, so making that it is a semi-Christmas film, I guess. So anyways, Edward Scissorhands is my favorite, I repeat, my all-time favorite film. Thumbs up, and it's really good. Now before I start, I want to say I find the film as a lyrical sequel to Carrie. You know, you got two people who are treated badly and they're not the real villains. The world is the villain. So anyways, Edward Scissorhands tells a little story about a woman who goes into this castle and meets a man with scissors for hand, and he was a project by no other than Vincent Price, the same guy who played Radigan and Zigzag, and also was the narrator to Vincent. So anyways, continue on the plot. This girl, who is a daughter to the girl who meets Edward, that's what his name is, Edward Scissorhands, then he actually loves her. In fact, you see a funny scene how the girl sees him, then she was like, ah! Then there's like a Scooby-Doo doll scene, then Edward needs to sleep in the basement now on. The girl falls in love with him. Then you see that they're slowly becoming a couple until that her boyfriend is attacking him. In fact, he actually framed Edward, and you feel really bad for Edward because he was so loved by people who were like, who is that guy? And now he turns into a pile of crap and people are like afraid of him. In fact, the mom character mistake that he was actually framed, and that's what I mean by lyrical sequel to Carrie. Carrie seems like she's a whole entire bad guy, but actually you feel sad for her. It's the same thing with Edward. He got in frame as a bad guy, then he didn't have a totally happy ending like Carrie does. She didn't have a happy ending, and there were parts that they did have a happy part in their life. Well anyways, continuing, the mob are going to kill Edward, and Edward travels back to his castle, you know, his home, and the girl who likes him goes back to him. Then her boyfriend is going to attack Edward, and then Edward actually stabs the guy, then throws him out of the window. You see that Edward and the girl kiss, then the girl shows another Scissorhands body part, saying that Edward is now dead. There was a subplot about the grandmother telling what happened, and it turned out that the grandma is actually the girl in the story who fell in love with Edward. Then you see Edward making ice into people, then snow comes down on the houses, and overall, Edward Scissorhands is my all-time favorite Tim Burton film, besides of Batman Returns and Corpse Bride and Nightmare Before Christmas. Overall, it's a really good film and one of my all-time favorite films. So, it's a great movie and a great lyrical sequel. And overall, it deserves a love to Edward. And not gonna lie, Edward, played by Johnny Depp, has to be a really good role. So see you all later and goodbye.